In the headlines, 13 Yauri schoolgirls married off to bandits 8 months after abduction. Members of Police Special Constabulary in Zamfara State not paid stipends 1 year after recruitment. And DLA intercepts counterfeit $4.7 million cash in Abuja as 38-year-old nursing mother is rearrested for dealing in illicit drugs in Offa. And U.S. warns of possible targeted killings if tensions rise over Ukraine-Russia crisis. Hello and welcome to Trust TV News Update. I am Zainab Bala. Hello and welcome. Good morning. And now, at least 13 of the schoolgirls abducted from the Federal Government College building in Yauri, Gombe State have been married off to bandits, with some of them already pregnant 8 months after the abduction of 80 students from the school. Reports say at least 10 of the schoolgirls are still being held by their captives alleged to be loyal to a kingpin, Dogo Gide, which ransacked the school on June 17th last year and left with dozens of students, including 5 teachers of the federal government-owned mixed boarding school. According to reports, despite payment of ransom and prisoner swap at different times, about 11 and 14 of the students are still being held by Gide, with only one of them a male. Meanwhile, bandits have attacked Yauri and Zulu Emirates of Gombe State in a coordinated attack, leaving hundreds of people displaced. The gunmen, who came on motorcycles, carted away livestock, food items and motorcycles. Hamza Galadima tells us more.
The attacks by bandits in Yauri and Zulu Emirates of Gombe State came in the wake of an earlier visit by the state governor to condole the families of deceased persons killed in an earlier attack in the border areas of Gombe and Zamfara States, respectively. The recent attacks by the bandits in the two emirate councils started late Friday through Saturday when they ravaged villages in the Nkowasagu local government area before crossing over to Yauri and Shanga local government areas, leaving in their wake destructions of lives and property. In Yauri Emirate, the bandits attacked villages and Fulani settlements, carting away livestock, motorcycles and other essential commodities before setting the villages on fire. Some of the victims that survived the attack informed Trust TV that the bandits came in numbers, shooting sporadically. When we learned that the bandits are on their way to our village, we ran away. They took cattle and other property before setting the village on fire. Until this moment, I don't know where any member of our family is. At the time of my visit to Tunga Zarume, one of the villages attacked by the bandits, I was opportune to witness the burial of one of the victims killed by the bandits, after which I spoke to his elder brother, Harisu. Honestly, we are grieving over the gruesome killing of our brother and would want to appeal to the government to do more in protecting us against these attacks.
Akalla ina ga mu karan kan wannan cikin yaran santar mun samu kusan mutum uku wanda ga cewa gindin itatuwa suka kwana domin ko ba su san in za su je ba su samu madogara. So muna ƙara kira gwamnati da ta ƙara kokari, mun san tana yi amma ta ƙara kokari domin ganin ta kare haƙƙin talakawanta.
Presently, hundreds of IDPs are leaving the affected villages in droves, trying to escape to safer locations, while the affected villages are now empty, leaving behind carcasses of animals and burnt buildings. Hamza Galadima Zuru, Trust TV News from Birnin Kebbi.
Still ahead, officers of the Katsina State Command of the Nigeria Customs Service have reportedly shot a 25-year-old Mustafa Usman of Kafin Soli Ward in Kankia local government area. The incident happened on Thursday evening. Abdullahi Ahmadi reports that the incident comes at a time people in the state are worried over incessant killings and abduction for ransom.
The customs officers dressed in mufti used their private vehicle and mounted an illegal roadblock at Fokwa village on Charanchi Kafinsole Road around 8 p.m. Thursday night and allegedly extorted money from motorists. Similarly, an eyewitness told Trust Television that it was very unusual for customs officers to mount a roadblock at this particular point, a situation that scared both the villagers and motorists plying the road. It was also gathered that the customs officers, beside being dressed in mufti, their car was also bearing two different number plates at the front and the other one at the rear of their vehicle, which posed threats to the villagers and the road users. On noticing the strange roadblock, the driver conveyed Mustafa Usman and other co-occupants of the vehicle, suspecting armed robbers, attempted to escape, but the customs officers opened fire on them, killing Mustafa Usman on the spot. It was very strange to see a roadblock at Fokwa village and people dressed in mufti at this time of the night. So we were scared and attempted to run for our dear lives, but they opened fire in anticipation of smuggled foreign rice, killing Mustafa Usman. Thereafter the unfortunate killing of Mustafa Usman, the customs officers were said to have chased the other survivors into Fokwa village, shooting sporadically, removed the spare tire, the wheel spanner of the affected vehicle, and ran away with it. The villagers and the survivors mobilized and coordinated the successful arrest of the assailants by the police through blocking their exit route to Katsina. The parents of the deceased Malam Usman Muhammad and Malama Karima Usman pleaded with the authorities concerned to temper justice with mercy. Mustafa is our breadwinner. We appeal to all concerned to have mercy on us. We need justice, no more, no less. It is a very sad situation indeed, and we look up to the authorities concerned to do something about this issue. Zainab Yusuf, who was visibly disturbed by the unfortunate killing of her husband, said her life will remain miserable as she will hardly get a husband who will be caring and supportive like Mustafa. My late husband meant everything to me. I am really in pains. They have killed me. The customs officers have destroyed my life. It is all over. May his soul rest in peace. Amen. The Katsina State leadership of Human Rights Network of Nigeria and the coalition of civil society organizations threatened to take the matter up with the Katsina State Command of the Nigeria Customs Service to end the incessant killings of innocent citizens of the state.
Customs, we are suspected they kill innocent person. We are assured the public that we will follow the case up to the limit that they feed the coalition for that dead body.
Concerning this unfortunate and unpleasant incident, we want to assure the public that the civil society organizations in Katsina State will follow the matter, will ensure that justice is done on this case. And also we were calling on the Nigerian Customs Services, the Katsina State Command, and Nigeria as a whole, as well as all the stakeholders to ensure that compensation is fully paid to the families of the victims.
When contacted, the public relations officers of Katsina State Commands of the Nigeria Customs Service and the Nigeria Police confirmed the incident and assured that investigations are ongoing. It could be recalled that dozens of innocent people of Katsina State have been killed by the men and officers of the Nigeria Customs Service in recent times, yet nothing was apparently done to stop the mayhem. Abdullahi Ismail Trust Television News, Katsina.
A tragic story there. And now, newly employed 500 marshals of Gombe State Security, Traffic and Environmental Corps GOSTEC have completed 2 weeks training. Governor Inuwa Yahaya, represented by his deputy Manasseh Daniel, asked the personnel to be positive agents of development and be good ambassadors of the state in the discharge of their duties. Ibrahim Ismail reports.
Holds BSc in Mathematics from Gombe State University.
These are young men and women enlisted into the newly established security outfit in Gombe, GOSTEC. Their task is to support security agencies in traffic control, fire service, environmental protection, and general security.
We expect the best from you, and in performance, in your attitude, you must be good ambassadors of this program and policies of improving human capital development in our dear state. We are optimistic that the engagement of these core personnel graduating today on various factors will improve and enhance the enforcement of traffic, security, and environmental laws and order in the state. I implore you all to give them the necessary support and encouragement to discharge their duties well for our collective benefit.
The program is a collaboration between the state government and the At-Risk Children Project of the federal government.
We continue to work together, given the output that we have seen here today. I'd like to end by praying for peace and security in Gombe State, praying for the reduction of joblessness, and also the fact that we will see better days ahead, inshallah.
These are 500 pioneers of GOSTEC, an initiative expected to provide 2,000 jobs in Gombe.
The participants were punctual to trainings, dynamic in the group work, active during outdoor trainings, and above all, generally well behaved. The participants had good interactions among themselves and with the instructors on their previous mindsets, personal experiences, and the challenges they face in their various communities. This led to the modification of their mindsets and some psychological mentoring where we deemed appropriate.
From Gombe, Ibrahim Ismail reporting for Trust TV.
Elsewhere, some special constabularies enlisted in Zamfara State have raised concerns over the non-payment of their stipends more than 1 year after their recruitment. They were recruited from various communities in the state to provide intelligence on hideouts of bandits now declared terrorists to security operatives in the state. The special constabularies were trained on intelligence gathering techniques by the Nigeria Police Force in Sokoto and Kaduna states. They were specifically trained on how to provide support to the Nigeria Police and other security forces on efforts to tackle criminality. The report.
Intelligence gathering is one of the powerful strategies that can lead security operatives to the hideouts of the terrorists to dislodge them and restore law and order in the country. That is the reason states bedeviled by insecurity mute the idea of establishing special constabularies. The idea behind it is to recruit youths from their different communities to work with the troops and provide them with vital information about the hideouts of the terrorists and the collaborators in their areas towards ensuring an end to insecurity. Some personnel of the special constabularies in Zamfara State have, however, decried non-payment of the stipends promised them.
We are personnel of special constabularies. We are calling on the authorities who recruited us as special constabularies, which we know them, to be upright, just and fair. We have been working for more than 1 year now, and we have also been giving support in the fight against banditry activities. We have recorded success in fighting insecurity. Some of us have died as a result of doing this work. Security job is a patriotic work, and anyone that loves his country would like to carry out security work sincerely. We want the Zamfara State government to look into our plight.
They urge the state government to look into their problem to perform their duty satisfactorily. They maintain that they have been working and recording huge successes even without the support from government. They said some of their colleagues have lost their lives as a result of carrying out their responsibility, appealing to the state government to redeem its pledge by settling the backlog of their stipends.
Our problem is that since we started this work in the past 1 year, we have not received allowances, talk more of salaries. No agency have been giving us any stipends. We are calling on authorities concerned to ensure that they pay us. We are calling on the authority concerned to ensure they pay us and ensure our stipends keep coming as when due.
Zamfara State's Police Command Public Relations Officer Superintendent Muhammad Shehu said on telephone call that the special constabularies were recruited as volunteers to assist the security operatives in their communities with credible intelligence to rid the state out of banditry activities. Zamfara State Commissioner for Internal Security and Home Affairs, a retired Deputy Inspector General of Police, Mamman Safi, said he's investigating the matter. The Inspector General of Police, IGP, had approved 7,500 youths across the country as special constabularies to support the security agencies, especially the police, to tackle the security challenges being faced in some parts of the country. Zamfara State gets approval to recruit 2,700 due to the prevailing security to help the security forces flush out terrorists in the state.
Operatives of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency (NDLEA) have foiled attempt by syndicates to steal at least 2.7 billion from the Nigerian economy by pushing into circulation fake $4.7 million cash. According to NDLEA Director Media and Advocacy Femi Babafemi, the operatives had in the early hours of Friday, 18th February 2022, intercepted a consignment sent from Lagos to Abuja at Abaji area of the Federal Capital Territory. A controlled delivery of the parceled counterfeit led to the arrest of a principal suspect, 52-year-old Abdulmumin Mekaswa. The seizure follows intelligence received by the FCT command of the agency detailing the movement of the cash and the vehicle conveying it. Meanwhile, both the cash and the suspect are to be transferred to the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission for further investigation. Similarly, in Kwara State, barely 3 weeks after nursing mother Rashidat Adebayo was granted administrative bail following her arrest for dealings in illicit drugs, operatives have again arrested her in Offa with assorted drugs such as tramadol, swinol, diazepam and pentadocin injection ampoules. In the same vein, NDLEA officers have arrested 2 drug dealers, Sani Isa and Balayarima in Hong, Adamawa State, with 239 blocks of cannabis sativa weighing 209 kilograms, such as operatives of the Bauchi State Command have intercepted a truck coming from Lagos to Maiduguri at Azari, Bauchi. A total of 164.8 kilograms of cannabis sativa concealed in a peak milk cartons was recovered from the truck. You're watching Trust TV News Update. Coming up, you're going to see the story about fuel scarcity in Gombe. Stay with us.
This is Trust TV, documenting the Nigerian story.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is Trust TV News Update. Here are our top stories. 13 Yari schoolgirls abducted 8 months ago, married off to bandits. Some special constabularies enlisted in Zamfara State have raised concerns over the non-payment of their stipends more than 1 year after their recruitment. Nigeria Center for Disease Control has reported 50 COVID infections across 4 states and the Federal Capital Territory. The agency, in its update for Sunday, February 20th, said 168 persons were discharged after recovering from the infection with no fatalities. Now, according to the agency, Nigeria now has a total of over 200,000 confirmed cases, over 200,000 recoveries, and over 3,000 deaths. Meanwhile, the latest update from the Africa Center for Disease Control and Prevention says a total of over 11,000 COVID-19 cases have been confirmed in Africa. A civil society organization under the auspices of Scaling Up Nutrition in Nigeria wants women to appreciate the importance of nutrition for their children. The group takes its advocacy movement to communities in Maiduguri. The report.
A report released by the Food Agricultural Organization in 2021 revealed that over 1 million children are acutely malnourished and more than 600 may die if nothing is done. It also said that 123,000 pregnant or lactating mothers will suffer malnutrition. The havocs of insurgency also contributed to food insecurity, which is responsible for the alarming rise of malnourishment among children. The civil society Scaling Up Nutrition in Nigeria of Gombe State chapter reached out to some IDP camps for sensitization and support campaign.
Now that peace has relatively begun to come in the state, so we want to tell the communities that the things that they cultivate easily can be used so that they can be able to use it to feed their children, to uplift the nutrition standard of their children. Little things. The children don't really need much. They need just very little because the body is like a machine. When you feed it with something that is more than what the body requires, it takes up what it wants and it throws away the remaining. So we want to tell them that these little things they see, they don't need much.
Some mothers couldn't hide what they learned and also agreed to improve their children's diet. We were advised to take good care of our children, making sure that they don't stay hungry and are always clean, also with the environment to prevent diseases. The civil society group also extended its advocacy to other communities in Maiduguri.
Fuel scarcity is now biting harder in Gombe State as Nigerians continue to suffer disruptions in supply chain of petroleum products. In recent weeks, Nigerian authorities confirmed a disruption in the supply of petrol after the importation of over 100 million litres of adulterated pure motor spirit to the country by some companies. Ibrahim Ismail speaks to some motorists in Gombe and how they struggle to fuel their vehicles. His report.
It's 9 a.m. in the morning along the Gombe-Bauchi Road in Gombe, and some of these motorists have been here since 5 a.m. struggling to buy petrol after avoiding black market where it cost 350 naira per litre against 162 naira per litre in filling stations.
Well, I've been on this queue since the early hours of today, say like 4 hours now. And the scarcity is biting harder and harder. It wasn't like this, I think, 4 or 5 days back. But today, almost every filling station you go to, you see a very long queue. And that is how we have been suffering since yesterday and then today.
What is your message to the authorities concerned?
The authorities concerned should sit up. We understand that some of the fuel stations have fuel. They are only hoarding it, with the thinking that subsidy will be removed and then fuel prices will go up. So we are calling on authorities concerned to visit such filling stations and make them to sell fuel to the populace.
I came here 5:30 in the morning. I met 3 cars and a keke. And the scarcity is biting harder. We have been here since early in the morning. They are hoarding the fuel. We don't know where the problem is. Nigerians need justice. We don't know what is the problem, and they bring adulterated petrol. When you buy a petrol worth 1,000 naira, half of it is water. This is how long queues emerge in some filling stations within Gombe metropolis. It comes after the collapse of supply chain in the country due to the importation of adulterated petrol in large quantities. The hope of these motorists and indeed other Nigerians is for the authorities concerned to make petrol available to bring an end to the hardship of following long queues. From Gombe, Ibrahim Ismail reporting for Trust TV.
There you go. Now on the foreign scene, the United States has told the United Nations it has credible information about the possibility of serious human rights violations should Russia invade Ukraine. The warning contained in a letter sent to the UN rights chief comes as Washington warned of an imminent invasion by Russian troops massed near the Ukrainian border. US President Joe Biden and Russian counterpart Vladimir Putin have agreed in principle to meet after French President Emmanuel Macron pitched a summit. Macron says Biden and Putin have agreed to a summit over Ukraine, offering a possible path out of one of the most dangerous European crises in decades. Meanwhile, the Russian threat against Ukraine will be at the top of the agenda in a gathering of EU foreign ministers on Monday in Brussels. And that's it on News Updates. Do not forget to follow us across all our social media platforms. I'm Zainab Bala. Thanks for your time and company.